sir. What we don't do and what we do, a lot of show and tell. I got a lot of stuff up here, and then the most important thing, how you can refer business towards me. What we don't do, we do not do ready-mades. We do not compete with Better Walls, not Better Walls and Windows, Bed Bath & Beyond. We do not compete with them. We also do not do the cut-down blinds. If you go into a number of stores, you'll see a whole aisle of, say, like faux wooden blinds in like 30, 32, 34, 36-inch widths that they will cut down for you. We don't do that. That's entry-level stuff, and we don't do it. What we do is we provide first-quality window coverings made to fit the window, designed to fit the decor and the color and the style of what the consumer, the client, the business owner wants. We've been doing that for 41 years. So as far as the window coverings themselves, they basically fall into two camps. You have your soft window treatments, which are fabrics, and we have what are known as hard window treatments. Funny thing is, a lot of them really are made of fabric, but they still fall into that hard window category. So I'm going to start with the soft treatments. Last week I showed you the design idea book that we show a lot of clients. Sometimes a client will say, I know exactly what I want, Mr. Kline, but I feel it's my obligation to let them know that there's some new options up there, maybe something they haven't considered as I look at the room. And so I will ask them to just kind of indulge me for a few seconds and take a look, and here's what maybe I'm suggesting that might fit your need a little bit better than what you had kind of had a preconceived notion about. So the first thing we pick out is the design. The second thing is the fabric. And the fabric books are really oriented two different ways. One is where a particular style of fabric is going to be available in all the colors it comes in. The other way is in a color-oriented book. And you can see we got 3 colors of blue up here. Everything in here is going to have one of those colors in there. They'll range from solid materials to prints to textures. Some are going to be more casual, some are going to be dressy, some are going to be silk, some are going to be maybe like a cotton type of material, but it's color-oriented. So we pick out the fabric. And then a lot of people like to really personalize their fabric window treatment, and that's where we get into the bling. Just like when you and the missus go out for a night on the town, you're wearing the black, or she's wearing the black cocktail dress, hair's all done up, all made up, but you need that necklace, you need that bracelet. And that's what this will do for fabric. It'll really personalize it and just take it to the next level style-wise and a little bit over the top. All draperies have to be hung on some kind of hardware. And for us, it's decorative rods. Now this is a typical pole with finial and ring. This is designed for a stationary treatment. Many treatments today are layered. You'll have a blind underneath, which we'll get to in a minute, with fabric draperies hanging off the sides. They're not designed to move. Some people make the mistake, they want to do a real wide rod over, say, a window like that door there, and they want to open and close it. I never recommend that, because the natural tendency for someone to move the curtain is to grab the curtain, which is not good for the fabric, and as they move it across, they're just going to unintentionally be pulling down on it a little bit, and they're going to start to tear the draperies up. So this is designed for strictly stationary treatments. This rod also comes in a twisted version, which is never going to be able to be drawn. This can be drawn if you're careful with it. If you move the rings, you're going to move the drapery. You're not engaging the drapery itself. For the person who wants a decorative rod like this and wants it to move, this is what the industry has come up with. We start with a commercial quality rod. All of the carriers are wheeled, so they move with very, they move very easily. And then we have either a wood or a metallic fascia on it. Some of the different suppliers that we get these from also will have like a 3/4 inch ring, which will come around, but will allow the ring to traverse over the bracket, which obviously has to be there to hold the rod. Then we put the decorative finial on it, and it looks like this, but it's designed to function right from the get-go. In addition to draperies, we also do things like Roman shades, which is a fabric shade that goes up and down, balloon shades, all the different types of shades, but that's kind of like the entire soft portion of window coverings. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the hard window coverings. There again, we have basically 2 different categories. We have the shades, which typically are one piece of material which goes up and down or somewhere in between. And then we have the blinds, which tend to be a slatted type of product, and I'll explain them. In the shade category, we have an old standby that has been updated. Many of you probably grew up with roller shades. They no longer have to be done with that ratcheting movement, which may or may not operate, and it's going to stop where it wants to stop. You're not going to be able to have it at an exact location. The clutch operation eliminates that. You pull on the chain, it moves. You stop, and it stops. It goes exactly where you want it to. Another shade product, which has been around for probably like 25, 30 years now, is the honeycomb shade. And probably everyone has owned or does own a product like this. This is a great insulating product. It is available in materials that are translucent that you can look through all the way up to completely blackout. This also comes in a Vertiglide orientation, which goes back and forth. One of the things I like best about that Vertiglide application for a sliding glass door is it has the narrowest stack in the industry. No drapery, no vertical blind, nothing comes close to this. Everything will stack in 6 inches. So we just need to go a few inches beyond the trim, and you're going to get 100% of your window exposed when you want it. There are other shade categories. For instance, this is a Roman shade style treatment. It has the fabric which just kind of waterfalls over itself. This is available in light filtering all the way up to room darkening blackout capability. Comes in a lot of different colors. And unlike the traditional Roman shades, it has a very clean back end. There are no lift cords on this. Everything comes right up into this head rail. This is an old style sample. It's covered with fabric to match the shade itself. That kind of takes care of our shade category. Now, as far as blinds, I made an allusion to wood. And this is a product which goes back hundreds of years. Venetian blinds is what we called them in the 50s and 60s, and you probably own these or your parents owned them. Back then, they were made out of either steel or aluminum. And the wood industry saw that and wanted to get back into this because this is what the original Venetian shades were made out of. They didn't have the ability to extrude steel 200-300 years ago, but they did have the ability to mill wood. I'm a traditionalist with wood. If it's a wood shade or a wood shutter, I like it stained. I like to see the beauty of what God and nature has created in wood. This happens to show an optional contrasting tape. We can also do the bottom rail, and the valance on this disappeared years ago, and we got the 2-minute warning. Okay, we'll try to wrap it up quickly here. There are some fusion products out there, such as the silhouette shading. This is a product that was developed about 20 years ago by Hunter Douglas. It's a soft fabric look, but it has slats that open up for visibility when you want it. This product comes in very translucent materials, room dimming. I showed it a couple months ago. They also have this in a dual shade operation where a blackout liner will come down for those who truly want a blackout shade, and that has done quite nicely. I'm going to show you the last of the fusion products. I don't actually have a hand sample. This is the newest treatment. It's called Pirouette. Here's what it looks like. It's kind of like a Roman shade look, but again, you have the ability to open the slats for visibility when you want it. I just did 7 of these down in Hamilton, and the client was just thrilled with how these work. Okay, let's get to the real important things here. How can you refer business to me? Well, there's two basic categories again. There's a direct connection, which is going to be the homeowner or the business owner or a facilities manager in a corporation or something like that, someone who's responsible for the building itself. These are great referrals. The other type of referral that I really like are the people that I can collaborate with. If you know an interior designer, if you know an architect, if you know a builder, if you know a remodeler, if you know a real estate agent, especially selling new homes, these are people I love to partner with, because we can come alongside, especially the builders where the house is being built. Motorization is becoming a huge category in our industry. The most reliable motorization are the hardwired systems. So let's try to close up or put the wiring in before the walls get closed up. So that's it. I don't have any time for questions, but I thank you for your attention. Thank you.